Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the October energy forecast. There is so much that came through on the energy for this month. And what I'm going to provide you with here is one, all of the notes that I took from Spirit in what came through when I connected the other day to receive the energy forecast for this month. I'm also going to provide you with some channeled guidance from the Akashic Records. And lastly, I'm going to provide you with just a little card pull to end off this piece, anything that we can be thinking about moving forward. So, before I begin, and I got this little, I'm just going to light some incense here. I got this little incense holder at a shop when I went away this summer. Really cute little incense holder. And I love it because you can shut the lid and it will just come through. Awesome. Okay, there's a lot that came through. And what I want to say about this piece, I'm just going to fix this. What I want to say about this month is that, I'm going to give some main themes of pieces that came through, but it's really important to take what you receive here not as a warning, because the energy is very big this month and what feels like the month's moving forward for a little while here. It's important not to take this as a warning, but rather, how can you respond to what is going to show up this month in the best ways possible? How can you support yourself in everything that shows up this month in the best ways possible? Because the first piece that they explained here to start with is that the energy this month is big. One of the words that actually came through was chaotic, and you might already be feeling that energy as it is showing up. You might already be sensing it. Chaotic, big, and actually one of the things they said was buckle up, because what we have been experiencing here, and it feels like it really started to amp up over the last week, 2 weeks, and what's going to carry through is really intense energy, and there is a reason for this. Spirit gave the analogy of a blender. And what happens when we turn on a blender is everything gets shaken up, thrown around to be mixed together. But what that can feel like is very chaotic while that's happening. And with a blender, it gets mixed around and shaken up and broken up to create less dense energy, right? When you think about a blender, you put in like frozen fruit, you mix it up, and that frozen fruit then becomes like a puree, like a cold or frozen puree. And that is similar to the energy of this month, is things are really getting shaken up, but with one intention. Collectively, we are moving through a big piece here where so many of us, the souls who have really signed up to do the work in this lifetime, to shift and clear denser energy within ourselves and then collectively, because it always begins individually and then it goes collectively. Although sometimes we can feel it collectively and it can bring things up individually. And that's the other piece connected to this, is that you are going to notice a lot more in the collective energy that feels chaotic, that feels intense, that feels painful, that feels triggering. And you will have two choices here. One, you can choose to get lost in the energy of that, to be distracted by it, to go to sleep and remain unconscious to it, or you can use that energy to elevate your own. I am so glad I caught that. My mic was not on and I realized that it was no longer catching the audio. So it missed about 3 minutes, but luckily I did not do the whole thing and it missed the whole thing. So you won't be able to hear me as well, but that's okay. We just won't use the mic today. But I want to go back to this piece, and I took lots of notes on what came through for this energetic channeled guidance for this month, because there is a lot that came through. And back to this piece of choosing love or choosing fear, you will be given the opportunity this month to really choose between staying unconscious in that fear, staying unconscious to these triggers that are showing up, staying in your pain, versus choosing love, choosing to connect, choosing to get curious. And in that process of the things that are showing up, in that process, you will begin to clear more of the denser energy. This is such a big intention right now for us on our own soul journeys, and the universe is providing us with the things in order to be able to clear the denser energy. Okay, so you will continue to be given these opportunities. Now, one way to think about this, if we go back to the blender analogy, right? When we hit that blender and we turn it on, it makes everything go crazy. There's a chaotic energy there, and then it stops, and you can still see the pieces that need to be moved through. You can still see the pieces that need to be blended. This is what this chaotic energy is meant to do for you this month. It's meant to bring everything up to the surface, make it all chaotic. And when you get still and breathe and connect, you'll be able to see the pieces that need to be moved through, the pieces that need to be cleared, the denser energy that's showing up that needs to be cleared. So it's very much this blender effect that will be showing up this month, and it will be up to you to choose love and get curious and connect to see what wants to be cleared. The second really big important piece, a theme for this month, is the theme of, you could think of like the pentacles from tarot, right? Money, home, family, your physical surroundings, your body. Those are going to be some of the themes that show up this month specifically. I really think about the pentacles in this case, right? So anything to do with money, you might find that money wounds are showing up. Anything to do with home life, maybe changing spaces, moving, investment opportunities, anything to do with the home and the house, anything to do with family dynamics, family relationships, family structure, and then especially your body. Your body is a huge theme this month. And there's a reason for this. If we go back to this intention that the universe has of helping us clear this denser energy, and our soul's really choosing this, your body is what holds this denser energy. And so for many of us, there will be health pieces showing up with the intention, right? And this is where you want to choose love. It's not for you to get scared. It's not for you to, turtle or run away from these pieces showing up. If you have health pieces showing up, it is your opportunity to clear that energy in the body, right? Anything to do with our health, anything to do with energy that's showing up with our health, physical diagnosis, physical health challenges. Think about this as stuck energy, right? And that energy needs to be moved. That energy needs to be shifted. That energy needs to be cleared. So if you have health pieces showing up, that's great. And I don't mean that in a bypass way. I mean, get curious with the health pieces showing up, and how is this helping you see areas within yourself that you are blocked, areas within your channel that need to be cleared, pieces within your system that need to be shifted in order for you to have clearer energy in your body. And the second piece around this is your body being the temple. I know we hear about this all the time, but what does that actually mean? When we think about a temple, this is a sacred space that people go to pray, to connect, to receive. And think about this as your body, right? Your body truly is the temple that allows you to connect with God, spirit, the universe, however you want to term it, right? Your body allows you to do this, just like people who would go to a temple allows them to connect with God or their God, whatever, however you would term that. Your body is the same way. And when we are not treating our bodies like a temple, this is where we get blocked. This is where we create challenges for ourselves. This is where we aren't receiving. This is where we are disconnected. Right? So how can you treat your body moving forward like the temple it is? How can you create more of a sacred relationship with your body? Okay, so that's a really big piece to be thinking about. Yeah, the clearer your body is, the less the collective dense energy can stick. What do they mean by that? anything you're picking up from your external reality, anything that's going on in the collective, that's energy, right? And so what they're saying is the clearer your body feels, we're always taking in energy at all times. But if your body is blocked, if you're not, trying your best to eat clear foods that move through you, that support you, that nourish you, if you're not getting sleep, if you're not moving your body, right? Some of these really important pieces, if you're not drinking water, that energy, the collective energy, is just going to stick on you. And it's going to actually make it harder for you this month because the energy is going to amp up and it's going to continue to amp up. So supporting your body during this time is so important. As much as you can, practicing having that clear channel, doing the things that you need to do to feel supported, nourished, and clear, so that that collective energy that's showing up is not sticking to you, right? The clearer you are, the less it can stick. Okay, and the final theme that they're talking about here is grounding. Grounding as a practice every single day. The more that you can do it, the better you're going to feel, the more supported you're going to feel, the clearer your channel is going to feel, the less intense the energy out there is going to feel within you. Because when we ground, we clear. We allow the energy to leave our bodies. We clear the channel. We become a clear channel, right? And I really love to do grounding in nature because nature is the most beautiful source of clearing, right? Especially if you can get your bare feet on the grass, beautiful. Or you hug a tree. I know that sounds really cliche, but truly, nature is the best clearing device that you can use. I also love to walk out in the rain. I find that can be really clearing for me. Or like a really brisk morning walk. I love to go running out in nature. So there's lots of different ways that you can clear, but the more that you are grounding your energy, the less intense it's going to feel from the collective. And the energy is going to feel intense. And so I think that's why they're giving so many of these tips. And I'm just going to take a look over my notes to make sure I didn't miss anything, this was a really beautiful piece they said as well. If we go back to that blender analogy that they gave where everything gets mixed up, everything becomes chaotic, there's a reason for this. It's important because a lot of the denser energy is coming to the surface in order to be cleared. So it very much becomes what we do with it. But there's an important piece here. Collectively, and because I think sometimes we can talk about having a higher frequency, right? And we can sometimes get stuck on being superior. Like if we have a higher frequency, we're better than, or if we have higher awareness than someone, we see things better. Sure, you can term it like that, but one way that they put this that was perfect is that it's not actually about having a higher frequency, it's about having a clearer frequency so that you can hold more. The more dense your energy is, the less you can hold, the less you can receive, the less you can receive and connect with spirit, right? Oh, I guess that's a message right there. So this is about clearing your energy, right? And the clearer your energy is, the clearer that frequency is going to be. And this is where it really becomes about us doing this individually so that collectively we can begin to experience this more. So again, just be really aware that it's going to get noisy this month. Making sure that you're grounding your energy every day if you can. Really practicing having a better relationship with your body as the sacred temple that it is. Seeing the collective energy that is showing up as a mirror. How is this supposed to help you? How do you need to take this in within yourself and really tap into that within yourself to clear your own energy? Having practices for nurturing, clearing, and supporting your body, and staying aware versus allowing the outside external noise to distract you and keep you asleep in some ways. So those are some of the big themes. What I want to do now is just tap in and see what guidance wants to come through before I pull some cards. You may find that you'll feel the urge to play the game of leapfrog, where you jump from one place to the next, trying to get ahead, trying to move forward, jumping over obstacles as they show up, being an energetic ninja, so to speak. But this month, it's actually very important for you to ground, for you to create stillness, for you to slow down, for you to practice awareness, for you to intentionally look at the things showing up every day, and rather than trying to jump around them or jump over them, can you be with them? There's going to be a lot showing up. It's going to feel more intense. But do not forget that this is what so many of you and your souls have planned. Right? This is not happening to you, it is happening for you, because your souls have chosen to come here at a time where the collective energy is meant to shift, where the collective energy is meant to expand, where the collective energy is meant to clear, where the collective energy is meant to open up in order to receive and connect on a deeper level. And you do this through transmuting the dense. You do this through contrast. That is how you expand. That is how you grow, heal, however you want to term it. The contrast is what allows you to do this. And so when the going gets tough, because it might feel like that, remember that you chose this. Remember that it is your job to become curious and see, how is this here for me? How can I transmute this? And it may start to feel a lot more chaotic, but this is not to scare you. This is to prepare you. That you have the ability, you have the tools and the strategies and the practices to support yourself through the chaos of this energy. And so do not run from it. Do not distract from it. Do not hide from it. Face it. Stay grounded in the storm. Trust that you can move through any piece that's showing up. And not only can you, but you will, because you have signed up for this. Your soul knows the way. And so do what you need to do to ground into that trust, to move through any of the hard pieces that are showing up, knowing that all of it is meant to open you up and expand you into a clearer frequency, not higher, clearer. Clearer so that you can open up more, to receive more, to hold more, to be more. Whew, that was good. I'm going to pull some cards just to finish us off here. Okay, and I'm using my chakra deck today. I felt called to use this one. I haven't used it for a little while. Let's see what wants to come through for spirit. Maybe as a few pieces here, moving forward, things that you can be thinking about, pieces you can be doing for yourself. Because that was one piece that came through there in the channeled messages, like really trusting that you have the abilities and the tools and the practices and the awareness to be able to move through this piece. You can do this, and you signed up for this. And so really trusting that piece. Oh, we're gonna take those cards. Okay. Oh, I love this already so much. The 3 cards that came up: impartiality, wisdom, prayer. Now, what's really interesting, before I actually get into what wants to channel through here, is gray. So when we think about the chakras, gray is all about the crown chakra. It is direct messages from spirit, is your direct connection to spirit. Green is the heart chakra. It is all about the heart, the emotions. And if you feel blocked in the heart, you want to tap in, you want to feel into that. Yellow is all around the solar plexus. It's about taking action. It's about feeling in your power. It's about feeling grounded and rooted in the action that you take. So here's what wants to come through. It is so important for you to practice as much neutrality as you can practice right now as things are coming through. Impartiality. Can you be the observer of the pieces that you are witnessing, right? And the more you're able to be impartial and neutral to the pieces that are showing up, this will allow you to be able to really filter through what is love, what is from spirit, what is a direct message versus what is fear and the ego. Impartiality and neutrality. Secondly, wisdom, the heart. When you are receiving pieces, it is so important for you to tap into here, into your heart space, to feel into how that feels, to feel into the energy of this piece, to feel into what is showing up. Where do you feel that in your body? Is it in your ego? Is it in your heart? Is it from your soul? What is coming through? And trust the wisdom that you are feeling, not thinking. Lastly, one of the most important ways that you can feel in your power and feel in control, feel grounded and rooted on your path right now is your direct connection to spirit. I heard this saying once that praying is asking for help, right? You're asking for help. You're pretty much putting yourself in a receiving mode. And so how can you practice prayer in your life? How can you surrender and allow spirit to guide you and show you the way? And in that, being shown the messages that are coming through that are love, that are spirit, versus the ego. Perfect cards for this moving forward. Impartiality, neutrality, being the observer of the things showing up, trusting what's showing up in that heart space versus the ego, and connecting with spirit, praying in whatever way that means for you. It's going to look different for every person. Connecting with spirit and allowing that to help guide you, going into that surrender to help guide you in the tough moments that are going to show up this month. I thank you for being here. Know that you can get through anything that's showing up. And I will say, if you need more support with this is beautiful work that I do with clients in all of my one-to-one sessions, whether it is a reading, soul reading in your Akashic Records, a reading, an intuitive guidance session with spirit, or a freedom session to help you move through the ego pieces that are showing up and ground more into your heart and your soul, or a somatic session to help you ground into your body to clear any resistance and pain showing up, right? So my one-to-one sessions are all designed to help you on your path. I also have a program to teach you how to access your Akashic Records if you're wanting to connect more to spirit and your path and your soul journey. I also have Soul Empowered membership. We do live meetups every week, and you have access to our online community where you receive one-to-one support from me, as well as community connection, channeled guidance. And this is a much more cost-effective option if you're looking for that on your journey. So lots of different ways that you can be supported. Remember that you are not alone, and you've got this.